Hello, my viewers. Welcome back once again. This is your host, Christine. For those that are joining me for the first time, welcome. And for those that have been following my previous videos, welcome back once again. This is my 10th video, guys. Can you believe it? 10th video. And I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm excited to share some tips here. And for all the fashion, for the ladies out there, today's tip is about you. Today's tip is about fashion. If you're planning on going to, it's the holiday season is here, you're planning on shopping for that special event or that Christmas party or that family get together, I have some tips for you. Now, I don't know about you, but I struggle with fashion, trying to find out when I go out there trying to look for clothes, I get overwhelmed with the sizes, with the fitting. Fitting is one of those things that I don't enjoy doing, especially during the winter time. If you have layers and layers on and you have to go in the fitting room, take that off, you take something, it doesn't fit right, you have to put every stuff back on, go out there, get more. It's sometimes it just gets I'm like, you know what, forget it. Sometimes I don't try things out, I just buy it based on what I'm seeing. I'm thinking, I think that's the right size, take it home, try it. If it doesn't fit, I hold on to my receipt then, right? Anyways, but here there's some tips that I think might be useful to save you all that trouble, these are tips I'm considering using, so I don't have to go through all that trouble, picking out the wrong thing and then taking it home, try it, doesn't fit, and then hey, you have to make a trip back. So I thought this would come in handy, right? So I hope you're ready. Make yourselves comfortable. Today's tips are coming from one of my favorite people, and that's the Oprah Winfrey magazine. Okay, it has some neat ideas and other articles that have neat information, but I thought, hey, fashion is the topic I want to cover today. So I hope you're ready. Once again, get yourself comfortable. Let's roll. Okay, so our number one tip, and I'm going to quote the magazine, start with a good foundation. Well, let's find out what that means. I cannot say this enough. Ill-fitting undergarments can sabotage your entire outfit. So build from inside out. You can never go wrong with a t-shirt bra with smooth cups that don't cause lumps and bumps under thin fabric. For an overall sleek look under dresses, try an all-in-one shapewear piece. So look for a bra with a wide band and a side panel. You heard it, ladies. I don't know about your experience, but for the full-chested ladies, we know that it's not easy finding the right bra, especially when you're shopping from different brands, right? But once you get that brand that carries the comfortable right bra for you, you stick to it. But that sometimes happens after you've tried out God knows how many bras. You go out there, you look at the bras, they look nice, especially the small ones, they're cute, they have nice cups. You're like, hey, I think that might fit me. You try it on, no, it's not, it doesn't work out that way. So here's a good tip. So finding the right bra is gonna make whatever you have to put on top even more flattering and more comfortable, and it's gonna make you feel good about yourself. So you got it, ladies. Finding the right bra is number one. Number two, wear the actual size. Do not be swayed by the number on the tag. There is no universal sizing method. And remember, no one sees that number except you. But everyone can see when your clothes are too tight. Okay, so sometimes especially it goes back to brand, which brand you're buying from, and their sizing, and where the location. So you might go, if you're traveling different countries, a size 10 in Europe, or a size 10 in the UK, or a size 10 in South America, might not be the same size, right? So if you get caught up by size and you're like, I'm size 10, so everywhere you go you're sticking to one size, that could be an issue. But if you're looking for something that's comfortable, don't pay so much attention, don't get caught up in with the size. Sometimes the size might seem so big, but that's what makes you comfortable, so don't worry about that. Go with something that makes you comfortable, because again, it's only you that knows that size. Once it looks flattering and looks good on you, nobody's gonna care about the size, right? Number three, easily conceal midsection. Okay, and for for some of us, for those who've had you've had babies, you've had young ones, you know how it is. Things are not the same. The tummy is not the same after you have babies, right? So it's you want to find clothes that seal that midsection, right? And let's get some more details about that. You might think a big boxy shirt hides what's underneath, okay, but it will actually just make you look bigger. Instead, try a top that fits in the shoulders and slightly shaped through the bust with a bit of fluidity and strategic draping. All right, so yeah, so go for something that that can conceal your midsection, and again, it comes down to comfort. It makes you comfortable and you like the style, go for it. Number four, befriend your tailor. Okay, and let's find out more about that. Just about everything, whether it comes from Target or Bagford, it's better with a nick and a tack. As little as half an inch here, there can be a big difference in how flattering a garment is. All right, so if you've gone to a tailor, because sometimes some of these clothes, clothes that are made at the store, it's not well fitted for you. Sometimes when you try it on, you need to make adjustment here and there. So if you're that kind of person who has the patience, for me, I have no patience going to the tailor and all that. But if you're that kind of person, you have patience, you want to take time to adjust your clothing, befriend that tailor, so that any other clothing that you might have trouble with, this tailor is going to advise you, and is going to make the work, going to do a good job for you. I know that tailors in North America don't come cheap, but if you can find one that fits within your budget, I guess it doesn't hurt. Go for it. Number five, take the time to find the right pair of jeans. Denim is an integral part of every woman's wardrobe. Not sure where to start? Well, here we go. Try the neck test. Hold a zipped pair of waistband, one end in each hand, and gently wrap it around your neck. If the two ends come together comfortably, that pair should fit around your waist. Once the jeans are on, do a squat to test to make sure that you can move in them. When you find a style that fits, buy two pairs and hem one to wear with flats. Now, my jean experience again with jeans, I find, ladies, I don't know about you, but I find sometimes when it fits in the waist, it doesn't fit in the hips that do not fit well, right? And sometimes it's the jeans nowadays, you get a lot of low cut jeans, and there's people out there who want their jeans all the way up, and those are hard to find. And sometimes when you find the right size, the fitting is totally different, or the feel is totally different. But the article gives us advice to take your time and find the right one, and once you do, don't just go for one. Go for two or three and buy them in different colors, because it's gonna be a while before you get another pair of jeans that you're comfortable with. All right. Number six, play up your shape. Fitted clothes are more slenderizing than baggy styles. Don't shy away from waist fitting pieces, and if you're wearing a loose top, pair it up with a slimmer bottom. It's all about balance. Okay, so sometimes when you don't feel good about yourself, you're not comfortable about yourself, you kind of get those oversized clothes to cover up everything, right? So what the article, based on my understanding, is that if you get that top that's overflowing, find a slimmer bottom, right? So it doesn't make you look all baggy. Okay. All right, so moving on to number seven, shop for your largest part first. If you have larger hips, start there start there. When you're looking for pants, you can always take in the waist and look for a ponte fabric. It's the most forgiving. Okay, so if you have a full chest, you want to start with you want to start with that part. If you have those hips, or you have you're being blessed with a booty, you want to start with that part. Okay, and of course you want to use the ponte fabric, which is as noted in the article, it's the most forgiving one. Okay, so a high waist lengthens your leg, while a low waist strengthens your torso. So if you want to create that, you want to look taller, I guess you want to go with a high length pair of pants. Okay, moving on to number 8. Get leggy with it. A pump that matches your skin tone extends a leg line from the tip of your toes upward, and can make you almost 3 inches taller. Okay, ladies, so if you're into pumps, right, or stilettos, I don't know if people still use them, but pumps, yeah, if you're looking for, an inch, you want to look slightly taller than you are, based on the outfit, pumps are recommendable. I find um, I find I'm getting more comfortable with wedges. I find they're easy to balance, and you can get high wedges, and you feel comfortable. I feel they're comfortable to walk around with. But hey, if you get a nice pair of pumps, sometimes some have thicker blocks, depending again on your style, your choice, and your comfort level. Go for it, right? Number 9, use a blazer to add shape to your streamlined curves. Okay, one button style creates an hourglass silhouette, perfect for small busted ladies. And the two button style draw the eye up and in, visually minimizing a larger chest. Okay, so for ladies, for if you're a small chested lady, you want to keep a one button blazer or jacket, right? It gives you that hourglass kind of feel or shape. And for ladies who are full chested, the recommendation is trying a two button blazer. Hopefully, I hope that helps. Number 10, consider insoles. The ball of your foot should fit comfortably in the widest part of a shoe. If you have little room, try insoles. This pair prevents forefoot pressure by ever so slightly adjusting the pitch and position of the foot to shift weight to the heel and stop feet from slipping forward. Okay, based on my experience, sometimes when I put on when you put on those high heels or put on those pumps, especially the open toe ones, I find that my feet tend to slide to the front. And even if the shoe fits perfectly well, my feet tend to slide to the front. And then it's like when I move with these pumps or shoes, they tend to be, it's like they're falling off. So this is a good tip. And if you experience the same problem, I think this would work wonderfully for you. Number 11, try an airline skirt. It's like the bootcut jean of skirts. It looks good on absolutely everyone. This season, the 60s inspired shorter style is in one to try. It comes just above or on the knee and works well with tights. Well, for those who like skirts, I like to try out skirts. I like skirts. Okay, and for a change, right? So here's a good tip on how to use skirts. But I also like in the winter, but I prefer using skirts with boots, right? And for short skirts, right? And I like using for longer skirts. I do those during the summer, especially if they're light material, with my slippers or flip flops. But again, it goes down to choice. If you're one of those people who don't mind trying out skirts, and given the winter, especially for those who are in areas that experience winter. Yes, if you put on that skirt, you want to put some tights, some really nice warm tights underneath, plus a pair of boots. Number 12, illusion dressing is key. Um, Ruching can conceal trouble spots, while strategically placed panels can create curves. If you need a little extra support, uh, look for dresses with built-in mesh or shapewear panel. Okay, so for people, if you want to, for people who, if you're going to buy a dress and you want to create, you know, that kind of hip, kind of look, so you want to go for a dress that, you know, has panels, to kind of create that shape that you need, right? Okay, and lastly, number 13, choose the right frame. Now, for all my friends out there that use glasses, either reading glasses or eyeglasses, prescription glasses, this one is for you. People with a round face should try a square frame to add texture and balance. Um, uh, the opposite is true for square shaped faces. Round or oval frames look the best. Luckily, some frames are universally flattering. A subtle cat eye shape is a good choice for most because it will lift the face, giving it a more youthful appearance. Well, I don't know. What do you think, guys? I don't know. What do you think about mine? Anyways, this is a nice tip if you're going to buy glasses, if you're trying to find a pair of glasses that's flattering. I think this is a tip that you could use. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been our 13 tips. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Christine, and hopefully, please don't forget to share, like, comment, and I hope to see you on my next video. Or if you have tips about today's topic, please don't forget to share those in my inbox section. I've been your host, Christine, once again. I'm going to say cheers.